Things are coming down to the wire on the current automaton major order, and the DSS seems to have come in clutch while engaged in this battle. Arrowhead has announced a brand new Super Earth cape incoming to commemorate our victory versus the Illuminate. We've got new known issues, and who knew the Helldivers were such elite level soldiers? Stay tuned for that last one, plus more in today's video. If you feel like supporting the channel, please consider hitting subscribe, as it's the easiest and free way to help out. Also, don't forget to ring the notifications bell and set your alerts to receive all, or YouTube will only occasionally send you alerts and you could miss something important. And now, let's get into all the latest news with Helldivers. The Galactic War has been a little dry since the Illuminate were pushed back and retreated, but that hasn't stopped over 81,000 divers from hitting their preference, either bots or bugs. And with about a day and a half to go in the current major order, the Helldivers are sitting at 2 of 5 planets defended against the automatons. Now the current blitz is taking place on 𝗁𝗲𝗏, where the Incineration Corps has been putting up a tough level 20 assault. According to the Helldivers companion app, link can always be found to this invaluable site in the video description and pinned comments, we are projected to complete the defense of 𝗁𝗲𝗏 in 7 hours 56-ish minutes, coming in about 2 hours under the timer limit and giving us 3 out of 5 defenses complete. Assuming the defense rates stay the same as we've been seeing, that would put the Helldivers in a position of needing 2 more defenses in 32 hours. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it will be a difficult task requiring all able-bodied divers hitting bot defenses to achieve this victory. How about you? Do you think we can pull off this major order? Leave me a comment, and let's see where the community lands on the odds of us achieving victory. Outside of that, today's daily or personal order is to complete 6 secondary objectives, which is completely straightforward. Once done, you can pocket those 15 medals. Of course, yesterday was an interesting day for sure, as through the use of the DSS and close air support, the Helldivers managed to pull off 2 defenses and put enough of the brakes on the 𝗁𝗲𝗏 bot advance to assist in that one as well. Now the community tends to have a polarizing love-hate relationship with this thing. Me personally, I was there the day it came online and started mercilessly shelling us divers with orbital 380s, so I haven't trusted it ever since. There's also been the cries from divers who are running from one objective to the next while planetside, only to get Eagle Storm strafing run into Jello with no enemy targets around, just strafing run after strafing run on their current position. But when this thing works, the damn thing seems to be effective, so it's a complicated relationship. Are you team DSS, team cast the DSS into the wormhole, or somewhere in between? I want to see where the community stands right now when it comes to the DSS, so definitely leave me a comment. Without a doubt, our victory on Super Earth cost us the lives of countless divers, but was also a glorious milestone for the hallowed history of SE. And for achieving that hard-fought victory, we just received an emergency dispatch that reads, "Commemorative Cape in progress." A commemorative cape designed to honor the service and victory of those who fought to defend Super Earth against the Illuminate invasion has entered production. It will be delivered in the coming weeks. So there you have it. Another cape to add to our growing collections, this time to remember the battle where we almost lost Super Earth to the overwhelming sneak attack put on by the Illuminate. I know I'm going to start seeing community artwork on Reddit and social media where these artists bring their ideas to life of what the cape will look like, and personally, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the team at Arrowhead comes up with. And, you know, if it looks good, I'll probably add it into my rotation of the Malevelon Creek cape, the Super Earth flag, and if we could ever get it, I'll place in there as well right now that review bomb cape that we saw months ago. In case you were ever wondering, perhaps doubting, the battle-hardened resolve and abilities the Helldivers display on the battlefield, this Reddit post has proven once again that the Helldivers display elite levels of success while on the front. The headline for this one reads, "The average Helldiver kills about 41 enemies before dying. Jokes of military incompetence aside, given the enemies they fight, Helldivers really are elites, and the stats align with the lore. Now, this Reddit post then goes on to show the math of over 202 billion enemies killed divided by the 4.8 billion Helldivers lost, which on the calculator comes to over a 41.5 kill-to-death ratio. In case you didn't know, you can see your total stats in the Super Destroyer Armory, allowing you to compute your personal stats, and that would actually be a good question for chat. What's your kill-to-death ratio, and do you prefer a specific faction, or are you an all-arounder that goes where you want? Leave a comment, as I genuinely want to read these. Next, let's turn to the known issues board, which was updated this morning to include stimming while having a stratagem ball prepared, unequips stratagem, the charge-up indicator on the sight of the RS-422 railgun stratagem does not work, enemy grenades can no longer be thrown back, NPCs and enemies can clip through terrain, particularly on city defend high-value assets missions, weapon customization doesn't correctly display stats for sway and reload times. Now, I wanted to run through the list because the first 3 items on this list we've already seen, as they were already there, they were known, and we've seen them there for weeks, but it's good to see the NPC clipping through terrain finally getting added to the list. We saw this really cause issues when flesh mobs would clip under the ground on Super Earth and begin biting at our ankles despite the fact that they were underground and we couldn't see them. The weapon customization bench not displaying correct stats for sway and reload times is something new, and I've seen it mentioned around the community for a little while now that was what was happening in game because it wasn't quite aligning with the way it was showing in the tabs. Also, if you remember, I noticed it a while back with the Gunslinger passive, and I showed the differences to the team at Arrowhead, who then went in and made the necessary adjustments, and apparently Gunslinger is now working correctly. And finally, I wanted to turn to your top comments, and by the way, I didn't want you to think I forgot about our contest to drop a comment with your greatest Illuminate theories once they left Super Earth. That was on a previous video, and I gotta tell you, there was just so many of them that I've been slowly making my way through them, but what you ladies and gents have to say is incredible. Anyways, this first one is from 𝗙𝗪𝗏𝗪, who says, "We joke about 𝗙𝗃, but in my first drop on 𝗙𝗙𝗪𝗏𝗪, I was running from a flesh mob and a rocket flies by me, nearly hitting me. I looked at the flesh mob, seeing it die with a giant hole in its body, and when I looked back, there was this 𝗙𝗃 trooper with an anti-tank rocket in their hands." Yeah. Now, the 𝗙𝗃 were doing some absolutely insane and over-the-top brave things when I would run into them down on Super Earth, including one that I saw that was by themselves. I guess their squad had been eliminated, and they just decided to storm the gates of a dropship as it landed and just started puking Illuminate out of it. But yeah, having them in battle definitely added to the chaos, and I think we all kind of missed that. You know, hopefully more 𝗙𝗃 everything in the future. This next one is from 𝗵𝘁𝗄𝗏, hopefully I'm not butchering that name, who says, "Anyone else want to see the repositioning again? I actually enjoyed seeing the destroyer repositioning around the battlefield and trying to get a better shot. This could be good for regular planets when you get bad generation, or some swamp planets where tree lines often block your orbital shots." Maybe I'm not paying close enough attention due to the 12 bazillion things that are on the ground and trying to either shoot or kill me, but this is one I haven't paid attention to. If you notice this repositioning that was there and apparently has now been removed, definitely leave a comment. Let 𝗵𝘁𝗄𝗏 know what's up. And finally, Hippie Madman 96 chimed in with this one. We technically already have a 𝗙𝗃 armor set in the game. It's the pre-order blue and white armor that came out if you pre-ordered the game last year, which I regretfully missed. By the way, that gear set I believe is known as the Ambassador of the Brand armor, and I see it requested a lot to return to the game as part of a superstore or, something like that. Okay, sorry for the delay getting this one posted for today, but, when IRL comes a-knockin', you've got to get it handled. Please leave a comment about anything Helldivers related, and I will of course do my best to respond. Remember to hit subscribe and ring that notifications bell so you stay up to date on all my latest uploads. A massive thanks to our current channel members for supporting the channel and making content creation like this possible. And until the next one, this is Lieutenant 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, signing off.